Let's end this program with a happy discussion, the Super Bowl. It was an exciting finish, the Giants picking up their 4th victory. But the big advertising winners, that's what we want to talk about. And should you maybe invest in the companies that shelled out, what, $3.5 million for just 30 seconds of time? Joining us now from West Palm Beach, Florida, Mark Reino, the CEO of MeritMile.com, to talk about which companies made a good investment. Mark, who wins? GM? I love that ad they had for the Silverado.
Hey, Adam, that was a great spot. I think it was super creative, highly produced, but a lot of winners overall on Super Bowl Sunday, and it was a fantastic day for the NFL and perhaps an even better day for the advertising industry.
Well, let me ask you, what is it that you spend $3.5 million on a 30-second spot? How do you turn that into my coming into the showroom or buying the Doritos or whatever it is you're trying to accomplish?
Yeah, it's all about bottom line results, isn't it? At the end of the day, you can have the most creative commercial on the air on Super Bowl Sunday, but if it doesn't convert into tangible return on investment, I think that is a pretty expensive ticket. And I think what we bring to the table as an agency, as a creative communications consultancy, is the ability to not only come up with that creative idea, but also extend that conversation into the online medium and actually measure tangible results as it relates to how that impacts sales on a day-to-day basis.
Well, which ads do you think are really going to have that kind of tangible results? Who scored yet last night?
Sure. Well, I think on the whole, Adam, the advertisers all won. You remember, this is the largest stage in the advertising world, but certainly there were the haves versus the have-nots on Super Bowl Sunday. I think the biggest winner by and far was Chrysler and Clint Eastwood and their efforts associated with the halftime commercial.
Right, imported from Detroit.
We also have to... Perfect, yeah, a perfect bit of momentum carried on from last year with M&M on the imported from Detroit theme. And I really think that when the entire industry was going left with more comedic and perhaps humorous ads, Chrysler really brought it back down to home and tapped into the psyches of their audience on Super Bowl Sunday.
What about the E-Trade ad? Is that the one with the baby who was pounding on the maternity ward window, looking at his little sister, and then the other baby? Hey, what are you doing in there? And he says, speed dating. Is that going to drive people to E-Trade?
Super creative, and you know what? We come to expect that from E-Trade. They've seemed to master the talking baby creative bit, and I was very impressed with that spot. They seem to get better and better every year. What I really liked about that spot is at the close, they drove a lot of traffic to their website and made it more compelling for users to actually do something and take action rather than to reach for just more guacamole dip. And
what about, I think it was Bud Platinum? There were critics of that ad. They said, same product, fancy bottle. Do you think it was a good ad?
Yeah, well, you know, as marketers, we're all challenged with that every year. How exactly do you continue to reinvent and differentiate your products? Bud seems to think that they came up with a unique angle and they're attracting a specific demographic. But I like to think that the other winning ad on Super Bowl Sunday was Bud's alter ego in Bud Light. The WeGo rescue dog accomplished a lot of marketing objectives on Super Bowl Sunday, and that was really related to heavy branding, strong calls to action, segueing the message from the broadcast to the online medium and really letting the social universe take over. But most importantly, Adam, they integrated a nonprofit organization, which you didn't see in a lot of advertisements on Sunday, and I think that's going to be a big winner for them.
In fact, that ad, when that ad came on, the group I was with, they said, we've seen the dog getting the beer before, but then they thought it was cute. But then there was that, right at the end, you saw the, you know, the rescue, I think it was a website they posted for rescue dogs, and everyone went, oh, isn't that sweet? And that's what I think a lot of people remember this morning.
Nice touch. The Animal Rescue Foundation, great cause. Apparently, if you go to their Facebook page, they're going to be donating quite a bit of money for everyone that contributes as well. They're going to be having some matching funds in that regard.
So you spent $3.5 million to buy the time. Very quickly, how much does it cost to make one of those commercials?
Wow, it really just depends on your budget. You saw production value in the Chevy Silverado ad that you mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast.
Yeah, with the Mayan catastrophe.
Correct, and if Chevy trucks can survive the apocalypse, perhaps they are pretty sturdy. However, they also got pretty aggressive in that ad too. Some direct comparative advertising to their challenger in Ford as well. But I think on the whole, Adam, you really have to focus on three things.
Well, I have time for two. Got to wrap up.
Understand your audience and have strong calls to action. And you're in good shape as it relates to conventional advertising, no matter how big your business.
Thank you very much, Mark Reino from West Palm Beach. We appreciate you joining us this morning.